Hello once again gamers, Mark here, and thank you for stopping by to Game Time Reviews. I've had access to the closed beta for Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege on the Xbox One, and I'm here to show you some expert MLG gameplay. For a beta, it's been pretty stable. I mean, I've had a few times where the servers have dropped or the game has crashed, but overall the game is pretty easy to navigate and it's quite quick to get into a game, so I'd imagine it'd be the same for the game's release. The last Rainbow Six game I played was Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and I can see a lot of similarities between them. Obviously, as you can see, the graphics are pretty good, a lot better than the old Rainbow Six Vegas 2. But the game is 900p on the Xbox One and 1080p on the PS4, which is due to the console rather than the game. Meaning the graphics don't really push any boundaries on the Xbox One, however it will look a lot better on the PS4. Now, one thing which makes the game feel really realistic is the physics of the environment. Now, traditionally, when you shoot a wall in a game, you'll just see a small bullet hole on the side of the wall. It doesn't really impact the gameplay at all. However, from what I've seen, the environment is really destructible. The beta tutorial describes that you can blast and shoot your way through weak materials like wood or glass, which sounds good, but until you've actually seen the environment of the buildings change around you while you're playing, you can't really appreciate it. As you can see from the video in the background, the bullet holes are shot through the plaster of the wall and are changing the environment, giving me a different sort of viewpoint to attack the terrorists. And I'm picking on small things here, but it's things like this which will really change the way you play the game. And during a firefight, while walls are getting shredded and bullets are flying everywhere, you'll actually see the carnage unfold around you, and everything will make the game more enjoyable and realistic and actually change the way you play the game. Another thing which made the game feel really epic was just watching your teammates storm in and take out a bunch of terrorists. Like, you grapple hook your way up the side of a building, throw a smoke grenade or stun grenade in through the window, and then fly in from your hook and do some sort of movie scene taking out everyone in the room. You see that sort of thing happen in films and cutscenes, but if you're able to do it yourself in a game, it feels really badass. I mean, you can also upgrade your equipment and choose different sets. You can even choose a poison grenade and throw that through the window, attack at enemies and then go and kick in and unleash fire on everyone else. Or you can even go in with a silencer and do some sort of James Bond crap on the terrorist. It's genuinely up to you how you want to combat the terrorists. For most of my games, I chose a shotgun as a primary weapon and a pistol as a secondary, mainly because for lots of the levels in the beta, they're inside, the warehouses, residential houses, etc., things like that. So you find yourself in a lot of close quarter combat, which is also what the knife is for. But you can choose stuff such as riot shields and you can take your fancy of whatever you want. With a riot shield, you can only use a pistol with them, and as I found out, you need to be very good at using the riot shield in order not to fail at every single mission. The terrorist hunt mode is harder than you'd imagine, especially if you're doing it solo, which the game calls Lone Wolf mode. You normally have to kill about 20 enemies to pass through the mission, which, if you're new to the Tom Clancy games, it sounds easy, not many enemies. But trust me, it can get very difficult on the hard modes. You have about 2 Juggernaut terrorists per game, which can only really easily be killed with a shot to the head. And if you're in close quarters with one of them, you better run away and get a better angle for the headshot. They've been the cause of many of my frustrating deaths. The multiplayer mode is also fun and doesn't take too long to get into. Once you know the maps and the main objectives of the game, you can strategically plan what you're going to do. On the beta, one team defends a bomb and others try to defuse it. Only having one life, you have to plan what you're going to do, and if you die early, it can lead to some very boring waiting. You do get to watch others on your team, but since everyone only has one life, everyone seems to take it extra safe. So you'll either be doing a lot of watching or sitting around and waiting for someone on the enemy team to come into vision. Sort of like camping, but, strategically. Depending on the class you choose, you can get different equipment. However, everyone gets a sort of mini electric robot car thing at the start of the game, which you can use to deploy and drive and jump over obstacles to get a better view of the environment, without risking running into a room with loads of terrorists, and with my luck, 2 bloody juggernauts running towards you. The mini car thing is a must if you want to plan strategically, and if you're in a multiplayer game trying to defuse a bomb, you'll start your turn using these to map the environment. As I'm sure a lot of you have heard, there's going to be no single player campaign for the final game, which means that you'll spend a lot of your time redoing these terrorist hunt missions or online matches. It seems like in theory it can get quite repetitive, but I think you'll be spending a lot of time doing each hunt and terrorist hunt differently. So the weapons, strategies like going in guns blazing or going in stealthy and even different times of the day can make the hunt feel and play out differently. So I think in the final game, as long as there's quite a few maps to choose from, it will have very good replayability. But we can't really judge it until we've seen its release, which will be on the 1st of December at the end of this year. So, Make sure you subscribe, like and comment on the video and any epic moments or bits I might have missed out, and make sure you stick around for our review when the game comes out in December. So guys, thanks for watching, it's been nice talking to you. I've been Mark from GTR, and have a great day. Peace.